Hello guys, welcome back to our update here. Right now I want to cover the altcoins since they're taking a major hit right now in the market while BTC is quite stable. So let's cover here my thoughts. A lot of people have been asking me what I think of altcoins. Are the alt season over? Is there's not going to be any alt season this bull market and so on. So right now alts got absolutely destroyed. Only this week alone, or actually the past few weeks, alts are down like 20% and it's the total trade. So this is a total market cap of all altcoins. So some altcoins have gotten destroyed much more than the others. So I want to update here my macro view on the altcoins and discuss more about the correlation between altcoins and Bitcoin, because we can see here right now altcoins and Bitcoin don't have the correlation anymore like they used to. This is something a topic I've been talking about before as well, because I do think that when banks are now in the market, they're more interested in the high caps coins. So most of altcoins are just over leveraged. There are too many retail in the market, basically retail traders that cause these dumps to happen. So right now here, if we go on the weekly chart, we're still sitting at the 0.31. So remember the last time we got this crash was back here in April. We bounced from this 0.31, which is around at 580 billion dollar market cap. Right now we have visited this area once again, so this is a major warning signal that we need to start bouncing here. So as I've been talking previously, that my Elliott wave count looks something like this. So it's a 1 2 3 4 5. I've been talking that we're gonna see some sideways. As long as we're in this range, we're still in the fourth wave before then we break higher, and that's what's gonna cause the real alt season to start. Right now we hit critical support once again, so this is not something that is uncommon to happen. Let me just remove this. So this is very normal for a fourth wave to get a double bottom like this, but as we can see right here, we need to start bouncing here. So we have 4 red weeks in a row for altcoins, so I do expect we're gonna see a bounce. If this is the low and we fly straight to the highs, we'll have to see. But if we close below this line here, then in my opinion it's time to exit all altcoins, or fortunately that's just the reality, because if we start breaking this, in my opinion, I don't see any other support, and then we have to reconsider. Previously I've been talking about that this pitchfork is going to be the final target for altcoins, so this median line here. But if we remove all this and just look this at the price basically of this pitchfork, if we go away on the log scale, something that I talked about before, we hit the median line already. And that's why we first got the first fourth wave and alt started going down. So we have to consider that this might be the actual top of altcoins, and that's the start of a bear market, which can take up to a year or two for altcoins. And we also have to remember, this doesn't mean that Bitcoin has stopped. This just means that the total altcoin market cap has stopped. So there will be a few altcoins that still might perform well, but overall the altcoins will go down. But for right now, I'm still bullish. As I've been saying, this is just a second scenario that we need to consider, because right now we see these alts are going higher, and then in just a few days they crash down. So it's like they take the stairs up and the elevator down, and this is not something you want to see in a bull market. You will get these quick crashes, but not over and over again, which we're getting now. So all eyes I take here from the first wave to the third wave. So all eyes right now here. If we break below, I would say $571 billion market cap, that would be very bearish for altcoins. But overall we need to stay objective and keep to our analysis. So this is still the fourth wave here. Before then we go the fifth wave. So the next target, as I've been saying, is 1 trillion. So right now it's no time to panic, in my opinion. Here's when you want to start buying altcoins. So if my analysis is correct here to 0.31, this is where the altcoins have bottomed. So here is you want to get into the market and start buying the best altcoins, your favorite altcoins, because I do believe we're going to see a bounce relatively soon. So that's my outlook right now. I know a lot of people are panicking, but as long as we're staying above the 0.31, everything should be fine, in my opinion. But we need to also acknowledge that the correlation between altcoins, we can see here, and Bitcoin is very little. So Bitcoin only had like less than 2% dip, and altcoins got completely hammered, something I've been talking about before. So if you come here on Bitcoin on the daily chart, we still are in the same pattern as I've been talking. We're gonna reach this median line at around 63,000. We'll be following this path perfectly. So in just a few days I do expect us to reach it's around 63,000, and that's what I'm gonna look to buy, because I do think that's gonna cause for a bounce. So a lot of people are asking me if I do expect Bitcoin to go down. What do I think about altcoins? I do think I said altcoins have bottom, but they're probably not going to fly directly. They're probably going to go more sideways while we start dropping here, forming some kind of bottom, and then we can see if we have the strength to push to the all-time highs. So overall, I'm still bullish, but we need to acknowledge the immaturity of this market, because we can see how the altcoins are just so weak. And that's a sign for me that there are too many retails in the market, because retails are specifically interested in altcoins, while banks and institutions more, they like to buy BTC and Ethereum. So we can see both Ethereum as well has been holding super strong. So we can see here in the latest video, we had this pitchfork from the highs to the lows, the recent highs. If we come here on the 4-hour, this is exactly what happened. As I mentioned in my previous video, I said this is going to be resistance. So we bottomed here at the median line, price went up, hit the resistance perfectly, and that's when Ethereum started selling off. So we can see here Ethereum came back here again at the median line. I got a bounce here, so it's another proof that these algorithms are using these median lines to buy and sell. So if we come here on the daily time frame, it looks like Ethereum has bottomed here, most likely, in my opinion. There's still a small possibility we'll go slightly lower, because if we go on the log scale, we still have this median line down here. So if we start going lower, I wouldn't start to worry. We're probably just gonna bounce and do something like this or Ethereum, or we're probably just gonna go some sideways here before then Ethereum starts to rally, because Ethereum is still bullish. We cannot forget this big time frame pitchfork that we have. So if we go here on the weekly time frame, as I've been talking in the past, Ethereum is one of the few reasons why I'm still bullish on the market, because Ethereum still has a long way to go. We're still here on the macro time frame inside this pitchfork. So this median line will get reached sooner or later. So I do think Ethereum as an investment is very good to hold. But as you can see, we're already been inside this pitchfork since how many weeks? We have been here over 100 weeks, or around 2 years we've been inside this pitchfork, more or less. So we have to acknowledge the time perspective. We're not going to go there overnight, but I do expect Ethereum is due for a bounce, because we see here, as on the altcoins, we see here 1, 2, 3, 4 red weeks in a row. So I do think it's very likely we're going to get here a short squeeze. So basically where the shorts start piling up, Ethereum hits support, and that's when buyers come in and all the shorts are getting liquidated, and that's what causes the price to skyrocket. So I do still think this can happen on Ethereum. On altcoins, I'm more skeptical. Like, a lot of altcoins are just looking so bad. Like for example on AVAX, as I've been talking here, if we come here on the weekly, I'm actually being short AVAX right now, because it just looks like AVAX has done its cycle and it's done. We have like here 2 shoulders and a head, and it looks like right now AVAX wants to go to 21. So this is just one example. I'm talking like there's so many altcoins that are just gonna go to zero, in my opinion. Then we have the stronger ones, like for example Near Protocol, one of my favorite altcoins, which I like, have the exact same pattern as the total trees, as the total market cap of altcoins, which looks right now, which has exactly the same pattern as I said, and it looks relatively bullish for me. We also have here 1, 2, 3, 4 red weeks in a row. We just hit the 0.31 once again. So last time we longed here, which gave me a very good risk to reward trade, and that's what I did here again. So I went long Near. If Near Protocol start breaking below 4.4, that's when I'm gonna flip bearish. But for now, I don't want to abandon my analysis. As I've been saying, we have this as a 1, 2, 3, 4. This is typical 4th wave action. So as I've been saying, this bull market has been extended, so the 4th wave will also be extended. So I do believe as long as we can stay inside this range, the 5th wave is going to happen, and we're going to at least go to $15. If we start breaking below here, then my scenario will be invalidated. So this means you can enter here with a very high risk to reward. So let's say you enter here, and let's say you have the stop loss a bit under, so your risk to reward here is very high. So you want to capitalize on chaos. When there's chaos in the market, when there's fear, that's when the biggest opportunities are. So in my opinion, instead of panic selling here, personally, I'm looking to buy here, because I do think we're gonna see a bounce. The only thing I don't like, I'm not loving, is the volume here. We can see here previously when we got the bottom, we got a massive volume spike here. So that's something I would like to see on Near Protocol as well, for me to confirm that the bottom is in. But for now, I'm starting to buy Near Protocol. So that's my outlook for right now. And a lot of people are really panicking, because a lot of alts are just completely bleeding, like CeeLo, for example. It's just, you can see here the top is in here for a long time ago. Even though there was no resistance here on the left side, price was just not strong enough. There's too many altcoins in the market. The money is too spread out. It's not enough to pump all the project up. So you can see here massive head and shoulder, similar like on AVAX, and it looks like CeeLo will probably just go down here, start its accumulation phase, probably go sideways here for a year or two before then the next pump for the next cycle, which is going to happen in a few years. So that's why you really want to be careful when investing in these altcoins, because most of them are just looking too bearish. Also, a lot of people are asking me about Solana. I'll quickly cover Solana here. So as I posted in my Discord here, we had a 5 wave down. So we had this as a basically as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it looks like Solana has made some kind of temporary bottom here. We have got a massive volume spike. So I do think Solana is due for a bounce here, as most altcoins. But as I've been talking, ever since we broke this fib here, so if we take here from, I think it was these lows here to the highs. So ever since we broke the 0.31 fib here, I've been quite bearish on Solana. We can see here, algorithms didn't manage to hold the support. So I do think for Solana to reclaim the yearly highs here at 210 is going to be very, very difficult. Even though I do expect some kind of bounce here on Solana, we might range here sideways. I do believe the top is in overall for Solana. So I know that's hard to hear. I know a lot of people are very, very bullish on Solana, but I do think right now the money is going to flow into Ethereum and Bitcoin. Because that's where the banks are at. So you want to look what the institutions are doing and not what the retail is doing. So that's kind of my outlook for right now. We have to remember Bitcoin I'm still bearish on short term, so that might impact alts a bit. But overall, I do think right now alts have bottomed, if they're bottom. Unless my whole analysis is wrong, that's where they're gonna go to the bear market is gonna start for the altcoins. But I do think if I'm correct what I'm saying, then right now is the bottom for the altcoins. So that's overall. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, join my Discord if you have any questions, and see you again tomorrow.
Yeah, trendsetter, whoa, league of my own, it don't get better. No, read what I wrote, I'm a bestseller. Yeah, reach